Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Welcome to London Gatwick, and tonight we fly to one of my favourite airports, Ljubljana. It's a great approach, lots of terrain around as well, so lots to think about. So really nice place to go. Decent flight time as well tonight, about 1 hour 45 minutes, something like that. Lots of ATC currently online. Hopefully they'll still be online when we're up and in the air. So always adds to the realism, doesn't it? The operational flight plan is pinned to the top of the chat in YouTube. If you're watching in YouTube, at least I think it is. Yeah, it is. I remember to do that, so that's good. And of course, welcome to our Twitch viewers as well. So, decent flight time. We're not going to spend too long chatting on the ground. We're going to get straight into things and start setting up. We are on live weather, but we're not on live time. Just rolled it back a couple of hours just for a little bit of daylight. Might get a nice sunset approach as well. So welcome on board, Niels Eriksson and Jason, Information Alpha up to Magic Ace Airstream. Good evening to you as well. Right. Well, unfortunately, GSX decided it wasn't going to work for me at this Gatwick airport. The menu just didn't even load up, so I don't know. It's temperamental, isn't it? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Nothing much you can do about that. Just bear with me for 30 seconds. My training captain appears to be meowing at the door. Let me just let him out. I'll be back with you in 1 second. Well, that's better. Couldn't listen to that for the next 2 hours. Right, yeah, so for those of you new to the channel, we've got First Officer George, who's the dog, and the training captain, the cat. Trainer Captain Jasper. We don't hear from him too often, to be honest. Ryan Videos, hello, Wally. Good afternoon, mate. Right, let's jump on board. So, aircraft is in its turnaround state. Christopher Shaw, hello mate, how you doing? So as you can see, all of that's all set up. I'm going to start getting the APU, well I've already started getting the APU on just in a bit to try and speed a few things up, because I don't want to spend too long on the ground here at Gatwick. We know that can be temperamental sometimes, particularly with quite a bit of traffic on VATSIM as well. Kieran James, thank you for subscribing, good evening. But let's have a look at what fuel we're going to be taking. Now, obviously the operational flight plan, as I said, pinned in the chat. You can have a quick look at that. But just to take you through this, the weather en route is pretty great, to be honest. Weather in Ljubljana also great, almost no wind as well, which is quite neat. I'll go through this perhaps in a bit more detail in the cruise. I just want to get out of here and flying. But destination airport, yeah, look at this, variable at 1 knot. I mean, what's the point? It could be any direction. It's not going to affect us, has it? Fuel clouds 5,000, it's broken to 6,000. We've got winds 120 at 5, so there's only an ILS on runway 30. I'm not even sure if we're allowed to do a circling approach. This I'd have to check the charts. We'll have a look at that into cruise, plenty of time. But yes, so the only other things to know: small chance of cumulonimbus clouds, 5,000 feet. But yeah, other than that, it really is. Again, it's one of those flights where you're trying to find reasons to take extra fuel, because there really isn't any, not even on the SIGMET charts. Look, we seem to skirt and avoid all and any sort of cumulonimbus clouds and turbulence, anything like that. So yeah, what we're going to take, not too much extra than plug fuel then. There is terrain around the airport, so looking at that, we've got 6.6 tons. I'm going to take 7 tons. Just for traffic as well, a little bit of traffic at Gatwick tonight. It's quite busy on VATSIM. So we'll load 7 tons and... oh, my pen has just stopped working. Run out of ink, that's no good. That's better. So for about 0.6 tons extra, we'll tell the ground crew to crack on with that. Back Andrew, good evening mate, hope you're well. Christopher, you got the new Menorca. It's beautiful, brings back memories. Yes, but have they fixed the offset ILS, which shouldn't be offset? Flights in Mike, good afternoon from hot California. How hot is that? How hot? Let me try that again. How hot is that, Mike? Right, 7 tons of fuel. Chris Shaw says Easy Ops will shout at me. What, for being late or for loading extra fuel? It's not that much extra fuel. 7 tons, 137 passengers coming with us tonight. I think we're about good to start getting them on board. Yeah, sadly GSX isn't playing ball tonight, so yeah. What are you gonna do? Right, passengers board, and let's go ahead and set things up. As I said, the aircraft's in its turnaround state, so I did the preliminary checks before we started, basically. So as you can see, everything's fine. Fuel pumps are all turned off. Quickly come down here. Already imported the flight initiation. That's all done. Squawking 2000 on the standby. I'll go and get the ATIS now. We've got some live ATIS on VATSIM, I think, for London Gatwick. Let's go ahead and check that out. ATIS seems to have disappeared from London Gatwick. That's strange. Why is there no ATIS? We've got tower, we've got approach frequency. So I would have expected some. Okay, never mind, never fear. The EFB is here. Then the cycling approach is only used when there's too much time. Yeah, exactly. Anything up to 15 knots, I'm not circling. It's not the kind of place you want to be circling here. Lots of terrain. That means I would have to think, and I don't want to have to do that. Let's have a look. I've got an ATIS there. So why is it not showing up on my VPilot? Anyway, okay. We've got, according to this, it's information. Papa is current. Romeo 08 right. Clearance delivery 12195 is close parting air. Contact 1218. Well, that's closed as well now. We're in the towers available. So we have got cavalcade temperature 90 degree. Take unit 1022. That's fine. So 1022 set, 1022 set, pop that there. Initial climb today I think is also 6,000, so I'll go ahead and pop that in whilst we're there. Okay, let's go through. Start setting this up. So we get our data page, and IRS3, nav, green, aircraft status, valid ARC cycle, and engine database. Okay, init request. Looking forward to tonight, guys. So, flight number, I like this call sign as well. You know it's going to be a good flight when you've got a nice call sign. Easy 53 kilo X-ray. Just rolls off the tongue, that one. What's our cost index today? Cost index is 8. Probably the fastest one we have. Cruise flight level is, well, the final cruise flight level today is going to be flight level 370. Ground temperature is currently 19. And, oh! Tropo 20, no that's not right. Let's fill the correct fields out, shall we? Ground temperature 19, and the Tropo, what is the Tropo? It's going to be 35,805. Wind request. Done. So we're parked stand 554. What should our coordinates be for that then? 55. So 5195 north, and 0108 west. Excellent. Christopher, yeah, I did see that. Minus 56. No, that's absolutely not accurate. 08 right for departure on the Oddvic 2 Zulu. Insert, and then the arrival at the other end. Ljubljana arrival. And it's the ILS 30 on the Vecan 2 Romeo. All the way down at the bottom. Vecan 2 Romeo, that's the one. And what veer have we got for this? Is it Basta? Is that an option for us? No, it is not. Right, well, don't think it's Dolsco. Dolsco's the clearance limit, but this comes in actually via Mipro and Bastion. It's just, is Mipro an option? Lupix, where's Lupix? Is that an option for us as well? No, okay, is that on this chart? Ah, how strange. Well, Lupix is just there. Right, okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll pop in Novia. Ljubljana 1, we're not using the full procedural approach. Where's DOL? Yeah, it's not that either. Okay. Novia, let's see what that looks like. That is 691. I've got 693, so it's not a million miles away, is it? Let's find out what happens. HD, good evening, mate. You're not here. What are you buying? Shopping in your pit? Oh dear. Your missus is going to kill you one of these days. Do you realise that? No, that's the stuff. Vita, Mipro, Bastia. Vita, Mipro, Bastia. That's the one. Novia. That's rare, isn't it? Okay, good stuff. Good with the RadNav page. Not really much we need here, is there? At Gatwick, I'll put Mayfield in, just because it's close. There's a hole there as well if we need it. For some reason, we have to fly it in anger. So Mayfield. Let's have a look at the sheet. Have they sent us one? Hey Christian, good evening mate, hope you're well. Jason, good evening, hope we're not planning to take off without Steve. He did become a bit of a channel legend yesterday, didn't he? So, what we got? Zero fuel wages, 56.9. Zero fuel weight, CG is 32.7. Alternate fuel is, we'll round that up, 1.2. Fuel planning, what we're going with, we've got 7 tons. Loading currently at the moment, 6.6. Lovely. Takeoff weight, 63.7. And zero fuel weight, takeoff weight of 31. Okay, let's head on over to our performance. So 08 rights departing tonight, dry, flaps 1, off, takeoff weight 63.7 and CG 31, dead on. Live weather, and we'll plan for, let's have a quick look. Now we'll plan Golf 1. So 140, 140, 143. Flaps 1, and what's that? Flex 68. Nice and high. We're not very heavy tonight. Good, that's all done, so that's clean 205, S184, F141. Which differs from this. That's interesting. Right, we'll grab SimSmart, get the thrust reduction acceleration values, and fill in the secondary flight plan, the engine out procedure. Good evening everyone that's arriving on board. Apologies, not, as you know, don't get a chance to read the chat too much whilst setting things up. But plenty of time when we're en route. Just pop in a bogus calculation so I can get the information I need. There we go. 1203, 1203 for all of those. Oh, HD's beat me to it. Fine, thank you. The sim would have rounded it to 1200 anyway, wouldn't it? Well, the box would have rounded it. There we go, nearest 10. And secondary flight plan, copying that. What have we got? So, engine out, 1700 feet, right turn, Willow. I bet you just know these some of these airport things from memory, don't you, mate? The ones you fly to, or have flown to lots. Where's it? That's a great destination question for you, HD. What, according to your logbook, if you've kept it up to date, what's your most visited airport? Excluding any base, of course. Don't need to know that. Right, what are we doing? 1700 feet is standard. So after Kilo Echo 04, hopping in there. So I'll just use that and we'll carry straight out. Kilo Echo 04, and continue the track 77, and pop that 15 miles out, which is plenty. Then to Willow. Pop the hold in. And what was the hold info? Right turn, sorry, left turns 284. Left turns 284. And then we most absolutely will be returning back to Gatwick. If I can put the right code in. Oh, we can spend the flight guessing HD's most visited destination, and it isn't France. And arrival 08, right, let me guess, no star. I bet there's a veer from Willow. Well, what do you know? Let's check that out. That looks like a complete mess, but I promise you it's not. So straight out 1700 feet, bang in at Willow, enter the hold, and then we're clued up to come back in. That's one of the pretty engine out procedures because it just all links up and it's nice. Steve 9000 on Twitch, you cannot get the flight plan into the Init A page. You can get everything else in the... Okay, so the flight plan you won't find in the Init A page unless you've linked everything through SimBrief and all that malava. If you check out the tutorials on the channel, hopefully on the YouTube, that is, of course, hopefully that will help. Okay, so that's all done. Let's do our brief. So, actually, before we do the brief, let's contact ATC, make sure we don't brief the wrong departure or anything daft like that. What frequency are we on today? Oh, ATIS is back up. Let's just double check this. Information, Quebec is now current, and QNH is still 102208. Right, and we're contacting 12422. 12422. Lovely. All right, we'll give them a shout. So 124225. See how busy the channel is. And Gatwick Tower, good evening, Easy 53 Kilo X-ray, stand 554, type A320, requesting IFR clearance as far to Ljubljana, and we have information, Quebec.
Easy 53 Kilo X Gatwick Tower, hello. Information Quebec is correct, cleared to Ljubljana. Gatwick 20 departure, squawk 1072.
Cleared Gatwick 2 Zulu departure, and squawk is 1072, Easy 53 Kilo X-ray.
53 Kilo X-ray, correct.
And we just mute that frequency whilst we set that up. Let's pop the squawk in. 1072. Lovely. Initial climb for that, 6,000 feet. So that's already done. Where's my bloody fuel? Why is no one boarding? Oh, I didn't tell them to board. Oh, right. That's my fault. I'm going to go fast time. I never clicked board. Dope. Alright. We'll, they're now all running on so they don't miss their flight. Right, whilst they're doing the brief. See, that's something you don't have to do in real life. You don't have to press the board function. So yeah, just grab the metal for this. We've got the 80s, but there you go. Alright, let's do the departure brief. So weather here in Gatwick, as you can see, Cav OK, wind 0709, so very slightly from the left, but more or less a headwind on takeoff, 19 degrees, QNH 1022, good runway conditions, weather en route is fine, we avoid any significant weather en route, and the arrival weather is also forecast to be fine. Very, very light winds, potential for a slight tailwind, but nothing that's going to require us to do anything daft like a circling approach. There is a small chance of cumulonimbus clouds, but we'll keep an eye on that as we go down. Aircraft fully serviceable, type A320, except of course the weather radar. Other than that, that's good. Good serviceability, happy with it, and performance is fine. No times that's going to affect our departure. This runway actually does close at about like 9:30, something like that, and then they use 08 left. Incidentally, that's okay if they follow that on VATSIM, but the runway for the scenery here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, the other runway hasn't got any lights on it, which can be a bit of a ball ache if you're trying to do that at night. So just be aware of that. Threats to be aware of here in Gatwick: no terrain, so to speak. Minimum safe altitude 2,300 feet, but lots of traffic to be aware of. So just want to keep an eye on that. Congested airspace as well. So if we get a short climb, I'll probably use VS rather than managed speed or open climb, anything daft like that, just to keep the TCAS from going off in any other aircraft. We're fairly familiar with Gatwick, so we should be all right. We have got ATC on as well, so that helps. The taxi, long taxi. We could do a single engine taxi. It's probably long enough, actually. Yeah, so should we go for that? Single engine taxi. We're parked all the way up here, stand 554. We're going to push back facing south, Quebec Alpha. Then I'll expect it could be anything. Lima Sierra would be the most obvious choice. Could, of course, give us Quebec or Romeo, and then Juliet. We're going to tell ATC that we can also take Golf intersection as well, if that speeds things up. On departure, nice straight out departure. That initial climb confirmed there, 6,000 feet, no turns or anything like that. Speed restriction 250 knots, but that's fine, no turns below 710, that shouldn't affect us. And then yeah, straight on. Noise abatement 1, it's correction, noise abatement 2, departure. Our first turn should be a slight right hand turn at Kilo 04. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. Standard Airbus emergency brief then, and if we have any problems after V1 and we have an engine failure, it's a standard engine out procedure, as we've seen us pop in already. Once we're secured and past 1,700 feet, right hand turn, Willow, holding point, and then we'll just sit there and decide what we're doing. Our takeoff weight is below maximum landing weight anyway, so we'll most certainly be coming back. Failures are on, mate. Failures are on. Are all failures on though? Are the big ones on? Should I turn the big ones on? I mean, hopefully the chances of them happening are rare. I've only got minor failures on. Okay. Go on then. I'm still leaving it at realistic though and not high. There we go. So, a little bit of extra pressure in case anything goes wrong. No, oh, so, yeah, so anyone just quickly watching this whilst the cabin continues to load. So the way that the failures work is manual failures. You can arm any of those and then set when you want to trigger them. You can either do it there and then, or after so many minutes, or after a certain altitude. But the random ones are purely once they're on. If you press trigger random, it will just trigger one right there, right then. So don't press this, otherwise we're going to get a failure right now on the ground. Yeah, so don't do that. Is that what you did yesterday, HD, by the looks of things? Yeah. Okay, so that's all set up. We're good to go. Refueling is now completed. I'm just waiting for the rest of the passengers to come on board, get the fuel pumps on. APU's up and running, get rid of that, get the seatbelt signs on. Done. HD, yeah, that's why you got one. Yeah, if that's what you did, that's exactly why you got one. Ground services. See, you're not going to press that whilst you're on the takeoff runway. Or at least any sane person wouldn't. GPU can go, chocks and cones can go. Let's go see how we're doing with that. 140, that's not going to be long now, is it? Not long at all. Good. So tower frequency is 12422. We've got any London control on? Oh, do you know what? We've got no London control on at all. Typical. Don't know what's happening. London control. I know it's holiday season, but you could always rely on ATC in the UK. Right, nearly finished. So whilst we're sat here twiddling our thumbs, let's just check. It's all loaded now. And balance, hydraulic reservoirs are fine. They're good for what we are, of course. Pressure, that's auto, camera altitude, etc., etc. All fine. Bleed air, as we know, is currently on. Packs working, supplied by the APU. Right, cockpit preparation then. Let's have a quick check up here. Cockpit preparation is complete. Signs on auto. DS, we've got 3.5 green. That fuel quantity is 6990 kilograms. Set and balanced. FMGS is set. Altimeter is 1022 and 200 feet. Done. Zara, good evening to you. Hope you're well. Frederick, always when you had your dinner, you sit at your computer, look at YouTube, and he's well, Frederick, we're going to be here for a couple of hours yet, so hopefully give you some entertainment throughout the evening. Pack Andrew, good evening. Can't find your passport. That's not good. Do you know, it's been that long since I took a domestic flight. I don't even know the rules. Do you need a passport here in the UK for a domestic flight? Say you were flying Gatwick up to Manchester or Manchester to Belfast. Do you still need it? Logic suggests no because it's domestic, but I don't know. The reason I ask is because my youngest's passport, I don't know if he's got one or it's expired. I think it might have expired. Might just be able to sneak him on a flight for a day and then back in. Just photo ID. Oh, how's that work with a youngster? Driver's license definitely wouldn't work with a youngster. Right, how are we doing boarding wise? Boarding is complete. Yay! Good stuff.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
Great stuff, thank you very much.
Wonderful, we're all set and ready, I believe, now. So, just welcome everyone on board. And then get ready to push back.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. My name is Gavin and I would like to welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft. We expect a good flight with you today with no weather problems showing in front of us, so we should be pushing back within the next few minutes or so. For now, the ground crew have now finished loading the last of the baggage into the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, then we can make sure we can depart on time. The cabin crew will shortly be providing their safety demonstration video, so it would be appreciated if you could give them your full attention. A special welcome on board to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, and if you wish to inquire about becoming a member, please contact a member of the cabin crew. All our Easyjet Sim Pilot members are of course entitled to free drinks throughout the flight. Thanks very much, and we'll give you an update once we're airborne.
Right, we'll start and request our pushback then.
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the doors and cross-check. Thank you.
Gandhi, good evening, mate.
I think A320.
Easy225 radio check.
Easy225 Gatwick Tower, hello, readability is 5.
Have we got a tug driver? Because this didn't work here last time, did it? So quick check. Here he comes. Might work, might not.
Clearance to Inverness with information in
We'll see.
Quebec.
Easy225, I haven't got a flight plan for you, just try and refile.
Sorry about that, forgot that.
Easy 53 Kilo X-ray, stand 554, ready for push and start.
53 Kilo X-ray, stand 554, push and start approved face south, QNH 1022.
Push and start approved face south, QNH 1022, easy 53 Kilo X-ray.
And Speedbird 642, stand 172, left and question for push and start, please, getting 1022.
Speedbird 632, push and start approved face south, QNH 1022.
Again, is it? Okay, cancel plan pushback.
Sierra 2313, quick clear to take off and runway right.
Forget that, we'll do it manually.
Network 2313 negative, there's traffic still on the runway, hold position.
Tower Alpha Air102, stand 122, request push and start.
Okay, tug driver must be in position. We've got an unusual steering is disconnected.
Alpha,
So, before start checklist,
Roger,
windows and
stand
doors, close and on, beacon light
push and start approved face
is
west, QNH
on.
1022.
Phones on silent,
Start
parking brake is
face
on.
west, QNH 1022, thanks very
let's
much,
go.
Alpha Air102.
Release the parking brake.
Easy2810, just check squawk mode Charlie.
Squawk mode Charlie 310. Runner 707, ready
Engine
to...
mode selected to ignition, starting engine 1.
Runner 707, tower hello, readability is 5.
Call 9 as well, thank you.
632, I believe I got a read back, push and start approved face south, QNH 1022.
Push her button, approved facing south, okay, 1022, sorry about that. Someone button.
Very thanks.
And 29.
Easy2810 is no further ATC, continue with Unicom 122.8.
That's fine as well. Good.
Unicom, thanks for your service,
All performances are
2810.
valid.
Sierra 2313, let's go take off runway right.
Shark 2313, Roger, stand by, you don't need to keep asking, I'll give you clearance when a time comes.
Safety procedures on this
Alrighty, stand by.
The safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes.
Easy225 requesting clearance to Inverness with information
You must
Quebec.
adopt if you hear
Easy225, clear to Inverness, Lambourne 1 Zulu departure, squawk 3414.
4 in the middle and 2 at the front of the cabin.
Easy225 clear to Inverness with the Lambourne 10 departure squawk.
Please be aware that your
3414.
may be behind you.
Easy225, read back correct, break Shamrock 2313, runway right, clear for takeoff, wind 060 degrees 8 off.
Clear to take off, Shamrock 2303.
It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are
Gatwick
on.
Tower, Arabia
We
652,
recommend that you keep it
Airbus
fastened
A320 with
at all
information Quebec, QNH 1022, request
If the air
clearance
supply
to
fails,
Amsterdam.
masks will drop from above.
Arabia 652, Gatwick Tower, hello again, clear to Amsterdam, Frame 1 Mike departure, squawk 5402.
Hold in place with the strap. Pull on
Clear
each
to
side
Amsterdam
to
via
adjust.
France 1 Zulu departure,
your own
squawk
mask before helping
5402, Arabia 652.
If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat.
Arabia 652, correct.
Over your head. Pass the tapes
I love that
around your
reflection
waist.
when we get that.
Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping
That'll
up,
do.
blow into the tube. There is a
Parking
light
brake set.
and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed,
Okay,
armrest
we can say
down,
goodbye to our
window blinds
tug
open,
driver.
and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant
Shamrock 2313, is no further ATC, continue Unicom 122.8, bye bye.
Bye-bye, contact me, Tom.
Okay, so single engine taxi number 1 is running. Leave the APU bleeding, APU on, the electric pump on, and spoilers, rudder,
EasyJet 5 requesting
flaps,
pushback, please.
CG,
225 Sun 34, push and start approved, 2H1022.
Pushback cleared, EasyJet 5.
Captain Alpha Air
flight
102
control check
request,
whilst we're here.
taxi to the 08 right. Alpha Air 192, taxi via
wrong one,
Lima, Romeo, hold short, Juliet.
full left,
Lima, Romeo, and hold short,
full
Juliet.
right,
Alpha Air 102.
neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, rudder, full left. And the after start checklist, I believe, comes after we've started engine 2. If memory serves, HT can confirm that. Right, let's just grab the map, see where he's going to send us.
Good afternoon, Easy 98 Quebec November. Stand by on 3, type AC19 with information in Quebec, request now for clearance to Madrid.
Easy 98 Quebec November, Gatwick Tower, hello, Roger, standby, number 1.
An Easy 53 Kilo X-ray is ready for taxi, and we can depart via Golf 1 intersection.
Easy 53 Kilo X-ray, Roger, give way to an Airbus 320, ahead of you passing left to right, taxi via Lima, Romeo, hold short, Juliet.
Give way to A320, passing left to right, and then taxi Lima Romeo, hold short Juliet for Easy 53 Kilo X-ray. Lima
Easy 98 Quebec
Romeo,
November, cleared to Madrid. Inver 1 Zulu departure, reroute Inver November 6-3 Southampton, then as filed, squawk 3432.
Good to Madrid, Denver 1 Zulu departure, November 6-3, Southampton, Sierra Alpha Mike, and squawk 0432. Easy 98 Quebec November.
Start engine 2 near the
Squawk is
fire station.
3432.
Should give us enough time then,
3432,
hopefully.
Easy 98 Quebec November.
98 Quebec November, reroute correct. Alpha Air 192 taxi, holding point Juliet 1 via Juliet. Juliet 1 via Juliet, Alpha Air 102.
Daft question now, mate. Where's the fire station? Can't see it on the chart. Corner of Romeo Juliet, thank you. So Romeo cuts across this little bit just here. Right, we've got the Petra QNH 1022 performance.
Station calling
Engine
Gatwick
procedure,
Tower,
standard
breathability
1700 feet, right turn, we'll head to hold at Willow. Departure, Udvik 2 Zoo, straight out departure, then a right hand turn, initial climb 6000.
Easy 53 Kilo X-ray, continue taxi, holding point Golf 1 via Romeo, Juliet and Golf.
Oh, we're jumping the gun with the peds because of the engine 2. Okay. There's me being efficient again.
Easy 53 Kilo X-ray turn.
Apologies, Easy 53 Kilo X-ray, say again.
Easy 53 Kilo X-ray, continue taxi, holding point Golf 1 via Romeo, Juliet and Golf.
Continue hold Golf 1 via Romeo, Juliet and Golf, Easy 53 Kilo X-ray.
And Speedbird 632 crashing taxi P, and I can hold short of Golf 1 as well for Speedbird 632.
Speedbird 632, roger, hold position.
Hold position for Speedbird 632.
Speedbird 17 Victor on final runway 08 right.
Speedbird 17 Vic, take Gatwick Tower, hello, runway 08 right, continue approach.
There's the fire station.
Continue approach runway 08.
Yeah, I had no doubt that it was going to be there visually, I just couldn't see it on the chart.
Gatwick Tower, good evening, runway 77, information call back on board, IFR to Aberdeen, please.
Okay, engine mode selected to ignition, starting engine number 2.
Sorry, cleared to Aberdeen, Lambourne 1 Zulu, departure, squawk 2017.
Good IFR to Aberdeen via the Lambourne 1 Zulu departure, squawking 2017.
Hello, Gatwick Tower, Speedbird 3766 Heavy, requesting IFR clearance to Bergen Airport.
Oh, that sounds like a nice
Line
flight.
707, be back correct. Break speed 3766, tower hello, standby number 1.
Easy 9 Quebec November, ready for push and start, stand 113.
Easy 9 Quebec November, stand 113, push and start through, face west, QNH 1022.
Push and start through, facing west, QNH 1022, easy 9 Quebec November.
Haha, we're making the Speedbird.
Speedbird 632, give way to an Airbus 320, passing left to right. Taxi holding point Golf 1 via Juliet and Golf.
Hold short, hands up, give way to this Airbus 320, passing left to right, and then hold short Golf 1 for speed via Juliet, hold short Golf 1 for speed
And engine 2 is available.
Speedbird 17 Victor, runway 08 right, clear to land, wind 060 degrees 8 knots.
EFPS runway 08 right, Speedbird Hotel.
After that checklist, so
Gatwick Tower,
anti-ice
India
is
652,
off,
request push
eco
and start,
status
stand
is
14.
checked, pitch trim is
Arabia 652, stand 14,
26.9
push and start through, face
and
west,
rudder trim
QNH
set
1022.
0. We've done our
Push
pitch
and start
check,
approach, stand 14, QNH
flight controls
1022,
checked,
facing west,
departure
Arabia
briefings
652.
confirmed, flap setting config 1, FMA takeoff data 140 blue, 143 magenta, climb up blue, 152, 6000 blue, flex is
Easy
68,
225, roger taxi, Kilo Alpha, Kilo
Ecam
hold
memo.
short of Romeo.
takeoff no blue, EFB is not stored.
Actually, Easy
so that's
225, disregard.
Hey, sorry, Gatwick Tower, did you get my IFR clearance, or do you need me to repeat that? Thanks.
Or is the yellow pump off for engine
Hey,
start?
still on standby, it's going to be a second.
Thank you.
Right, now it's available. We'll leave that running for 3 minutes. Should be plenty of time, I'm guessing.
EG5, taxi, holding
Turbo lands on Twitch,
point
good evening.
Romeo via Kilo Alpha Kilo.
That looks like something big coming in.
Alpha Air 192, QNH 1023 via Juliet, line up and wait, runway 08 right. QNH 1023, line up and wait, 08 right, Alpha Air 102.
On that one, it's register stop, up, down, stand 122.
Right, 707, roger, standby.
What's that? 777 British Airways, nice.
253 Kilo X-ray, QNH 1023.
1023, thank you, easy, 53 kilo X-ray.
Spirit 632, send for you, QNH 1023.
Correct, 1023 for speed 632, thank you very much.
Spirit 36, sorry,
Doesn't change
3766,
anything.
Hotel, hello, clear to Bergen. Frame 1 Zulu departure, squawk 6313, QNH 1023.
Clear to Bergen Airport is Farley, the Frame 1 Zulu departure, squawk 6313, QNH 1023, Speedbird 3766, thanks.
Speed 3766, correct.
Hey Danny, hope you're well. Yeah, it is the easiest one to remember, isn't it? It's a nice one. Nice code. Not the easiest word to pronounce, though.
Speedbird 17 Victor, vacate left, taxi stand 17 via Romeo, Juliet, Papa, and Kilo.
Vacating left, taxi to stand 17 via Romeo, Juliet, Papa, and Kilo, Speedbird Hotel.
East 98 Quebec November is ready for taxi.
United Quebec November, roger, taxi by Lima, Sierra, hold short of Juliet.
Lima, Sierra, short Juliet, Easy 98 Quebec November.
Alpha Air 192, so right, clear for takeoff, wind 060 degrees 8 knots. Clear for takeoff, runway 08 right, Alpha Air 102. Runway 707, give way to an Airbus 320 Neo, passing behind you, left to right. Push and start through, face west, QNH 1023.
I shall give way, push and start face west.
Runway 707, QNH 1023.
QNH 1...
Right, let's see.
Sorry, try that again.
QNH 1023.
QNH 1023, apologies.
HD, those signs are perfect for my eyesight.
EasyJet 5, am I going the right way?
EasyJet 5 FM. EasyJet 5, make the second left onto Romeo, hold short of Juliet.
EasyJet 5, continue on Romeo, hold short Juliet.
First secure, stay by Golf, line up and wait, runway 0 right.
Easy 53 Kilo X-ray, lining up runway 08 right. Right, let's get everything on. Not everything. Those coming off, of course. So, before takeoff, checklist bloodline, cabin secured, engine water selector is normal, TCAS, TARA, packs off, anti-ice off. Welcome on board to everyone that's just joining us for the takeoff.
Easy 98 Quebec November, short of Juliet.
Roger. Alpha at 119, over the ATC, Unicom 122 decimal, over way.
Alpha Unicom 122 decimal, thanks very much for the ATC. Alpha 102, cheers, bye.
Speed 17 Victor, you okay with that taxi instruction?
Yeah, we are taxiing Romeo then Juliet.
Easy 53 QX, space 0 right, clear for takeoff, wind 070 degrees, 9 knots.
Clear for takeoff, 0 right, easy, 53 Kilo X-ray. Okay, engine 1's critical, don't know by much.
EasyJet 5, holding short Juliet.
And 50% M1.
EasyJet 5, right on Juliet, all the way down to hold Juliet 1.
Engine stable, set takeoff thrust. Man flex SRS, runway.
Gatwick Tower, Arabia 652, request taxi.
Summer break EC2T5, taxi right onto Juliet, hold Juliet 1.
EasyJet 5, taxi on Juliet and hold Juliet 1. Thank you.
100 now.
Checked.
Spirit 632 by Golf, line up and wait, runway 0 right.
No, wait, I'm Golf for 08,
one.
push speed then.
Rotate.
32, thank you much.
Gatwick Tower, Arabia 652, request taxi.
Nav.
Roger, stand by.
That was a really nice takeoff. Very little wind, really helping us along the way there.
Easyjet 3 Kilo X, no further ATC, Unicom 122 decimal, over way.
Over here to Unicom, thank you for the service. Easy 53 Kilo X, good night. Thrust climb. Climb.
Easy 98 Quebec November, give way to company Airbus 320 Neo from the left, taxi on and put Juliet 1 via Juliet.
Good way to
Well,
cut
one
traffic
engaged.
and both
Pack one
taxi
coming
Juliet,
back on,
Juliet
we'll
1,
give
easy
ourselves a high
98 Quebec
climb.
November.
Back 2.
Gatwick Tower, Arabia 652, request taxi.
Fab 0 spoilers disarmed. Right, 1 hour 40 minutes, we'll be in Ljubljana. Lovely Ljubljana.
Rover 652, if I told you that, I just need to wait until I call you back. Sorry about
Open
that.
climb.
Taxi holding point Juliet 1
190
via Juliet, runway 08 right.
And Unicom it is. It's also quite a nice time of day, isn't it, this? The sun's just starting to drop, the shadows are getting longer. Diane Brennick, is it your home airport, Ljubljana? Fantastic. Hope the weather's nice. Yeah, we'll find out soon. Alpha Air 192. Yeah, I saw that, or rather I heard that. Off to the north. Drags the A380X, looks fantastic. Absolutely do agree with you. Can't wait to see that in the sim. Flight control, side stick fault. Yeah, we get that quite a bit sometimes. Just clear that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Lemon, will I fly the 380 or the 310? I will fly both. The 310 is going to be quite exciting because it's a little bit old school, isn't it? It's a bit closer to a Cessna. Right, we're now passing flight level 100. Get those lights off. Okay, so flight 370386, that's fine. Let's go ahead and set that now. Climb all the way up. Level 370 blue. And Costing 0 already in. Clear out a radar page. Dover should be the next one. Yeah, we'll copy the active. That's done. And I think with those clear skies ahead of us, we can release the passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign has now been turned on. You are now free to move around the cabin and the toilets are now available. However, when in your seat, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
My strobes on auto still. Oh, so they are. Well, the good news is that at least they're on. Just weren't on for the first a couple hundred meters of my takeoff roll. Maybe a bit more. So our last flight, last stream that we did, which was Sunday night, I think? Yeah, because there wasn't one yesterday. We flew into Corfu. It was night time. Very, very, very dark approach. It was one of those where you were thinking, oh Lord, I hope the sim scenery is accurate, otherwise I'm about to graze my landing gear on a tree or something. Anyway, it turned out fine. Be interesting to see what time of day it will be when we get to our destination tonight, whether it's going to be still a little bit of daylight. The sun, as I say, is starting to drop a little bit. Not by much. It's just there or thereabouts. HD, someone has just flushed the toilet. That is an actual sound, yes. Good to know they modelled that correctly. Gorgeous. Next stop, Dover. Lemon Wolf, you like that level of detail? Yeah. doesn't get much better than someone flushing the virtual toilet. Oh, Drax, if you've not done it for a while, you definitely need to do it again. Willie Adams says he loves the Ljubljana scenery. It's one of those great places because when we get there, we'll talk about it more in flight, obviously, when we start looking at the airport and an arrival brief. But it's not straightforward. You've got to think about it because there's terrain that keeps you quite high, and then we've got to get down. So we're going to slow down sooner than normal. Don't expect a nice CDA. I'll do his best, but just want to be nice and stabilised for that final ILS intercept. HT just waited for the toilet smoke. Master warning. That wakes you up in cruise. Oh, and how annoying must that be? Someone decides to go and light up in the toilets. I mean, how often does that actually happen? And Virtual Bite says, hi mate, I'm very well, thank you. You've just landed in Napoca. I'm waiting for my third session of Sweatbox's ground controller. Is that on VATSIM? I'll have to come and pay you a visit if that is the case. Frederick, off to bed, work tomorrow. Oh, unfortunately, yeah. Work always gets in the way of a good flight. And entertainment, doesn't it? But never mind, mate. Catch up with us on the next one, Frederick. Thanks for stopping by. Christian, yes, that's the only reason why pilots use noise cancelling headsets. It's the constant use of the flushing toilet. I don't think it's meant to be that loud. Actually, we should probably turn that down. Bing, 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 bing. But yeah. In fact, it's not a failure, I think, that's modelled in here, is it? I mean, what on earth would it come under? Manual failures. What would it come under? Fire? Smoke, cargo, engine 1, unextinguishable. Engine 1, APU, engine 1. There's the loops, A and B. FDU. Avionics, smoke. Oh no, that's the last one. I don't think I can trigger one. Avionics, smoke, but that's about it. Drax back in school tomorrow since you're 17. Well, our schools don't go back until next week, so. Oh, you've mentioned that before, actually. The hairspray often sets it off as well. Oh, those hen parties, yeah. They need signs up, no smoking, and no getting ready for a night out, ladies. Well, that's a bit sexist. Men can use hairspray as well, I suppose. Virtual pilot, nice and challenging to do on VATSIM as well because of the short runway. Don't think we've ever landed on it. Flight system 1 failure, Danny. No. Tom Virat on Twitch. Good evening, sir. Oh, Drax, you've been back since the 22nd of August. Whereabouts in the world is that then, Drax? Just have a quick look, see if we've got any ATC to expect. Do you know? I reckon we're going to be flying right between the different sectors that are on. Just having a quick look at that spy, that view. You know, so many different places are online. I think we're going to fly straight between them all. Although Slovenia radar, I think, is online at the moment. Or it may be the Adriatic radar. Don't know if they'll be online when we get there. It's going to be a while before we do, obviously. think we fly south of Germany though, Wally, so no. Oh, Draxter in Gothenburg. Okay, lovely airport, very scenic to fly into as well. J-Hawk, good evening. A virtual pilot. Okay, so 2,040 meters, not that short. Okay, it is a short runway by comparison, but there are obviously shorter as well. Prince Malongo, good evening, sir. Lemon Wolf, any plans will fly, any chance of flying in Japan for a special stream? Yeah, we do go on tour occasionally. We have what we do. We've done an American special, Brazilian special, Canadian specials. So yeah, never say never. I do like a good special every now and then. 7,000 feet, we're flight level 300. And just approaching the coast. Yeah, they always have good ATC, don't they, in Germany on a Tuesday due to the Berlin event over there. Let's bring Navigraph up. Shark Fury, we should do a special CRJ recovery flight. Mate, it's not even installed since I got the new rig. It's probably got weeds growing out of it now. Okay, Calais to the right of us, and we're just going... Oh yeah, so... Calais and Dunkirk. So there's Calais down there. Oh, ship. That was ship with a P, by the way. Family friendly. Captain Oatmeal, how do you say this city we're flying to? Well, I don't know the exact pronunciation, and those of you familiar with the channel will know that I'm rubbish at some international pronunciations, like when I pronounce the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and vice versa. But I think this is Ljubljana. That's a guess. Lando Lakes, good evening, Squire. 12 months of channel membership for Lando Lakes, mate. Thank you so much for your support over the last year. Very, very kind of you. Christian, yeah, that CRJ is absolutely well rusted. HD Ljubljana. Oh, that makes it easy. I always thought it was Ljubljana. I don't speak Slovakian, so... Right, how are we doing? 33,000 feet. Tropical Connection Elder, good afternoon. Could I show you how to set up the pit side cameras? So the wing views on the Fenix. Okay, so you need to set up your custom views, which you can do yourself or you can download mine. But all you need to do is you need to exit the the flight deck. And go for a little walk. So exit the flight deck, you can open the door, come through here. Once you're through, then pick a window seat, anyone you wish, and then you can just sort of find the nice view that you want, like that, I don't know, something like that, and then save it as a custom view. And to save it as a custom view, you press the left hand side of the keyboard, Control Alt and then numbers 1 through 9, and then to recall that view it's just Alt and then that number. So yeah, there you go, simple as that. We best get back in the flight deck though, because I'm not even at cruise altitude yet. level 350. Did I say Slovakia? It's Slovenia, isn't it? Danny says, you bet HD has had some talk in the past about how to pronounce Ljubljana. Hope it didn't cause any Air France style actions between captain and first officer. Okay. I did wonder who was going to bring this up and how long it was going to be. Has everybody seen that news article? I've seen the headline. I've not clicked into it. But yeah, an actual... Oh, I mean, I don't know. Media speculation, they like to hype things up, it sells newspapers, doesn't it? But a fist fight between the first officer and the captain, I mean, come on. What's going off there? Having said that, they are French, so it is potentially true. Andy, thank you for being a member for the last 6 months, celebrating 6 months of channel membership. Andy, thank you so much. Good evening. HD only uses rulers, not fists. David, you've only just joined the stream and you thought this was real. Awesome. That is the power of Microsoft's Flight Simulator. It is that good. I mean, doing this, I guess, would give it away a little bit if we showed you this view. I have seen people before, particularly when the simulator first came out, I have seen people before in that chat saying, is this a live feed from an external aircraft or a drone? That's how good it looked. Christopher Shaw, 125 landing, bang on. Well done, mate. Christian, you're wondering what why they're fighting over. What they're fighting over. No, I'm pilot flying. No, I'm pilot flying. No, I'm pilot flying. No, I'm pilot flying. I don't imagine it went like that. Yes, Danny, I wasn't going to mention the fact that it's daylight in the sim here whilst it's night in real life. Don't ruin the illusion. Break the immersion. Hello, clouds. Right, finally at cruising altitude. There we go, final 370.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, just to let you know, we've now reached our cruise and flight level. We were slightly delayed in taking off, so we are running a little bit behind schedule, but we'll do our best to catch up and see if we can get you to your destination on time as planned. As the cabin crew make their way around the aircraft, please make sure the aisles are clear of any items, and I invite you to please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
All is swell. Danny, it was a short route as well. As I say, I'd not clicked into it to read it. What was it? Geneva to Paris. Oh, that's not long enough for an argument. David Gunner, thank you for subscribing. Drax, no, I'm not having a flaps failure. Well, never say never. It could happen now. I mean, they are all turned on. We do fly with realistic settings done, so you never know. You never know. Do love these views, though.
just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
HD flaps failure in flight is pretty simple. You've still got to land. That's true. But how long's the runway at Ljubljana? It's Ljubljana. Is it? Oh God, there's loads. There's loads of tarmac for us to stop on. Would be an interesting question though, because yeah, all right, we could get there, but not being a base, who's going to fix it when we get there? Is that right? 2411. Good night, mate. Thanks for being on board. Robert, good evening. Robert says, cannot begin to tell you how much I've learned from you, the channel. You've made your flying unbelievably enjoyable. Robert, that is really great to hear, and I'm thrilled when people come on and say that it's helped to kind of bring a bit of realism into your own flight simming, because that was essentially why the channel was born nearly 2 years ago now, coming up shortly. So Robert, that's fantastic to hear. Thank you so much, and glad you're here as well on the live stream. HD, so emergency electrical config, you need at least 3,100 meters, right, that's Brussels then. I mean, you say at least, you know, I just, plucking out where we are, I know Brussels is huge, and we've got enough fuel to get there. The full flaps and slats failure, at least 2,700, yeah, again, there's plenty around us. I mean, off the top of my head, where's that map gone? Where have we gone? Yeah, so Brussels, Charleroi is not that small, is it? So yeah, plenty of places. Could even get to Paris. Drax, what about bird strike? What, at 37,000 feet? Nah. More likely to get a satellite strike. Lemon Wolf, is there many training to be done for an A320 pilot that will be flying an A321 soon, or is there no training at all? No training at all, Lemon. No, if you're type rated on the 320, that allows you to fly the 319, the 321, 318 as well, I believe, unless there's some short, steep landing approaches and stuff like that to do. Drax, what if you got a bird strike while landing? Ah, right, okay. So that is a good question. HD can chirp in here. So let's just put the scenario in there. You're 1,000 feet. You're 1,000 feet from touching down. Yeah, let's say just take an autopilot off. VMC, nice clear day, cab okay, 1,000 feet, and a bird comes straight through the engine, blows out engine 1 or 2, doesn't matter which. What do you do? Continue or go around? I know what I'd do. But I'll be interested to see in the chat what you guys would say. And we'll silence HD as well for a moment. Let's see what you guys say. Then I'll say what I'll say, and then we'll let HD come on and decide what he was going to do. And Nick T, Nick, hi mate, thanks so much for your very, very kind super chat. Nice, and says Gavin, thank you. 1 year being with you. You've taught me to fly by wire and the Fenix with your great videos. Wishing you 50 and 100k subscribers. Oh, Nick, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. That's very, very generous. Thank you so much for your super chat. Carl 147, hi mate. I'm well, thank you. Hope you are as well. Flop says continue. Lemon Wolf, you take it out, continue with the landing. Pack Andrew. I would crap myself. Best answer yet. Danny says probably depends on a lot, like go around procedure, etc. Airfield surroundings, and things like that. Okay. Go on. I'll put my head on the above the parapet. So if it was 1,000 feet, I got great visibility. I could see what was doing, and the aircraft. One of the things I didn't mention, perhaps being bullshit, everything was sort of completely flyable. It should be. If you've just sucked an engine in your head, you've lost an engine. Fair enough. Uncontained engine fire, containable engine fire, anything like that. Yeah, it depends what warnings you're going to get. If you get an engine failure, then I suppose if I just got engine failure, I continue straight down. Yeah, you can land on one engine. Pilot's trained for that. So yeah, you're 1,000 feet to go. Get on the ground, nice and safe. Had you got engine fire warning, well then that's where it becomes that's where pilots would earn their money. They've got sort of a few seconds to make up their mind what we're going to do. Now, if you've got a fire, you'd think, right, let's get that thing down. So again, I'd probably just continue. Trying to think of a situation now where 1,000 feet VMC and I lose an engine due to a bird strike that you wouldn't continue, and I'm struggling, I'll be honest. So I'm going to hand the floor over to HD here, and he can tell us what he would do. Nick James. Oh, thanks so much for your $5 Canadian, Nick James. Nick's versus Nick super chat battle. Hey, this isn't Twitch. We don't have hype trains. But Nick, thank you so much. Both Nicks, really, really generous of you. Thank you, guy. Do appreciate both of that. Have I heard of the Artemis 1? If so, am I excited? Oh, it's a lot of money though, isn't it? What is it, something like £97 billion? Is it money well spent? There's another discussion we can have in the next hour or so. HD, that was another thing that I was wondering if you'd bring in. So 1,000 feet is the approach ban height. So something's gone wrong before it. Do you want to continue? Anything below it, you know you're fine. So when does the ban kick in? Any failure before that, you should be going around. Any failure below that is great. Engine fire, yeah, get it on the ground. So yeah, I mean, I picked 1,000 feet intentionally because it is just at that. Before it, then the approach ban kicks in. After it, then it's free game, isn't it? Really. Christian says HD would just probably fly the bloody aircraft in Cessna mode. HD approach ban is also generally only applicable to low visibility procedures. However, that is a good point. I had forgotten about that. Which also clouds the grey area even more. Oh, decisions. Michael, thank you so much for subscribing. What's that company message? Is this... God, that looks very red. Is this because we were late? We were late? 2 minutes, yeah, you know. I'll just tell them my clock was set wrong. Where's all this cloud come from, anyway? Spoiling my passengers' views. They paid a lot of money for these views. Right, so HD, the problem is, what has that failure done? Has it taken out any hydraulics? You got a fuel leak, damaged the wheels, flight control surfaces? Do you really want to land if you don't know if everything works correctly? There's so many variables, isn't there? If you've got if you know you've got an engine fire, your first instinct is, we've got a fire. We need to get down, because a fire is probably the worst thing any flight crew can face whilst they're flying. So if you're 1,000 feet from the ground, why would you even consider going around and doing something else? This is where the captains make their money. Yeah, that's where they're paid the big bucks. It's not for when everything works perfectly well, it's for when things go wrong. AirDog, it's stuck at 2%. What is GSX? Did you say? Sorry, I missed that part of the chat. Michael, is the Phoenix worth it? You love the fly-by-wire. People tell me that the V&A and EFB make it phenomenal. Michael, that is true. I would say, and I say this to most people now, if you like the fly-by-wire, you will love the Phoenix. That's probably the best way I can guide you, really. So HD says he'd probably be inclined to go around in almost all examples except a fire. I think that's fair. And again, just because as I alluded to a few moments ago, a fire is a fire, and a fire is just not what you want at any point whilst you're in the air. Right, at Delta India Kilo, let's do a fuel check. So we should have about 4.6 tons on board when we get there. We've got 4.8. That makes sense. That's good. HC, what if it gives you a complete hydraulic failure? Loss of blue, green and yellow. Well, then you're probably going down regardless, aren't you? See, haven't the old Airbus, correct me if I'm wrong here, I'm remembering something, but I may be remembering it wrong. Hadn't the old Airbus still got a mechanical link between the trim wheel and the elevators? Although I think they were then, that was announced probably a couple of years ago, they were doing away with that as well. That was... they were removing that. Or was it a mechanical thing with the rudder? Sorry, not the stabilizer. But does that still actuate through the hydraulics? Oh, well then what's the point? Might as well get away with it. Christian, a few years ago, it was unthinkable that a flock of birds would kill all the engines. Hello, Sully. Lemon Wolf, do you see what you've started? Green and yellow, no stopping this fellow. So what have you lost with green and yellow? You've lost your flaps, your spoilers. JB, my thoughts on the PMG G800? I don't really have any. I've not got it, so I can't really give you them. My only thought is, and this is very not arrogant, but perhaps uneducated of me, but I know the 800 is the most common variant at the moment in the skies, but if you've got the 700, what is the difference? It's a bit bigger. But from a flying point of view, I guess it's kind of what's the difference between flying the 319 and 320. 321, however, that's a different beast. That really does fly nice and lovely. Green and blue flies like poo. Alright, so what's the one for blue and green? Keep it clean. Jason said the difference is $70. HD, you're losing the flight augmentation computer, so the ribbon will be completely flat by wire in the future. Yeah. They must have done their sums and said, it's fine, it's a goer. Oh, you don't even have anything for blue and green because the yellow can do that much. You're normal. Fair enough. Starting to get nice and red down there now. Right, we'll be on the ground in about an hour or so. Oh, look at that. Looks like the ground's on fire down there. Oh, it's beautiful colouring, isn't it? Well, with the amount of air traffic control on online tonight, I'm so surprised that we've not actually crossed into anywhere where there is any online. See what the weather's doing anyway at our destination. Not that it makes a difference, I'm still going for runway 30. I don't think the wind will increase that much. Send that off. And as we've got failures on, we should probably be a little cautious. Let's see, what have we got? Oh, what was I saying about VATSIM? Ah, fair enough. That was a PM. Oh, if you're watching the stream, mate, don't worry. Chances are I've just missed messages in the chat. That's all I've done. There's usually quite a lot going off, so don't take it personally. There we go. Starting to get a bit bright now, isn't it? Let's turn the brightness down a tad. Let me peruse these charts, see what we've got then. So, according to the OFP, we're coming in Lincoln 2. Romeo, which is just here, and runway 30. Transition altitude. Look at that transition altitude. It's a strange one, isn't it? Platform 4000. MSA. As we're coming in, so quite high to begin with, of course, but the minimum descent constraints keep us clear of those. Then, as we're in, we should be moving 5,300 all the way down. Cav OK, I believe, or certainly, if not Cav OK, it's certainly Cat 1 RVR of 550. So that's going to be 1391. And identifier is Lima Julia Bravo. Airfield elevation 1191. And missed approach. Straight ahead to the marker. Left turn Max 25, heading 137. Yeah, so this will be. This is the great thing as well about the Fenix. The go-around track is all pre-programmed for you. So all we really need, obviously familiarise yourself with what's happening just in case something breaks. But all we really need to have a look at is climb maintain 6,000 feet. Yeah, good. If those weather reports come in now, then let's have a look. So Ljubljana, we got 080 at 3, varying between 050 and 140, so very, very light crosswind to tailwind, but not much. Visibility is fine. Few towering cumulus at 5,000 feet, scattered 6,000 feet. Platform is just 4,000 feet, so VMC as we go down the ILS. 20 degrees, dew point 16, and QNH 1018. No significant changes. Okay. Hey Lemon Wolf, thanks for dropping by, mate, and providing a good level of discussion. I shall see you on the next one, hopefully. Okay, so that's fine. And Nuremberg, okay, winds, that's wide open. And let's check as well. Okay, yeah, so weather's looking fine. Just a high cloud layer, isn't it? Oh, look at the colours here. Look at that. Gorgeous. Brian's saying, Whitey, you can get TUI in almost every aircraft livery if you download it from flightsim.to, so yeah. RLS, good evening, mate. Apologies, how rude of me. I didn't see you drop in. Right, so just going to have a look at the flight plan, make sure this matches up, and we'll go through our top hat proceedings. Do you know what? Just going to put the lights on once we do this. I'll turn them off for landing. So we start at Vecken. Then we've got 521, 413, 412. Constraints are fine. 411. Zimto, Vita. And then at Zimto we've got 230. Vita we should have 200. That's fine. Pro. And then the final approach. So what I would perhaps look at doing is from Bastia, we probably want to be around 180 at that point. Fact. How far out is Mipro? How far out is Bastia? 3.8 to it. Is Mipro shown on here? It's not, is it? Bastia is 9, so about 10, 11, 12, about 12 miles out. Okay. Secure it there, 180, and then it can work backwards from there. Done. So just update that. So how are we going to do this? We need to get down, and how much time have we got? It's not that bad actually, it's not as bad as I remember it. So, 3,000 feet, 1,500 feet, it's fine. Again, 3,000 feet. We've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 miles to lose. A couple of thousand feet. Actually, yeah, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Right, so in that case, just to play it safe, if we are green dot at Zimto, flaps 1, as we approach Vita, and then we'll just fly flaps 1 on the base, final, getting down to 4,000 feet. Should be fine. Strasbourg. There aren't many charts here. That one, and then oh, are we just turning? I was trying to click. Oh yeah. Indeed we are turning. It's just got a little bumpy as well, hasn't it? All this turbulence is going to make it difficult for me to draw. Right, okay. Ah! Green dot. I can't do this. Flaps 1. And then, yeah, just to help us. Nice stabilise by this point. And flaps 2. With the glide. Done. couple of other things to quickly check, and probably get ready to do a brief then, nice and early on in the flight. Uh, 3-degree descent, puppies both sides, high intensity approach lighting system. Good. So if you had to do the circling approach, you'd do it to the left of the runway. Yeah, Christopher, not my best typing and writing, wasn't that? But never mind. Okay. So this flight plan's done. We want LBL VOR. That's based right at the end of the runway we're landing at. So letting in channel frequency 117.2. That's fine. We've also got Dolls card. I don't think we need that in. We'll be fine without that. There is an MDB 296. Pop that in as well. Again, just in case things go bang. That is actually on the ILS. That's 4.4 miles away from it. And so that's done. Progress page. Let's just put in threshold. Get the latest weather and fill that in later on, but the barrel is going to be 1391. Transition altitude is 10,500 feet. HD, you can just enter the identifier, I know, but there was a reason that I decided to put the frequency in. The reason is because the identifier was just MG, 2 letters. I thought, oh god, I wonder how many of these there are going to be in the world. And it's purely a sim issue. If I typed that in and there was like 20 of them, I was going to get a massive long list. It was also going to drain computer resources for a moment while it tried to load them all up. So I just thought, you know, if I bang the frequency in, chances are there's going to be less NDBs with a frequency of 296 than there are with the identifier MG. As it turned out, there weren't that many anyway, but that was purely the reason. VAP 134, you'll get a QNH temperature in a little bit. What fuel predictor? 3.1, excellent, that's enough for a go around and another go. And we'll just copy the active. Nice. Okay, let's do the brief. So, the arrival. Weather in Ljubljana is slight winds, very, very slight crosswind, potentially variable, so giving us a potential slight tailwind as well, which could be interesting. It's not strong, so I'm not too concerned. Few towering cumulus clouds at 5,000, scattered 6,000. So, we'll pop out the clouds as we come on to establish on the localizer, I'm guessing. Looking at that meta. Aircraft still working okay. Not broken anything. No NOTAMs for the arrival airport. Threats to be aware of. So we just mentioned potentially the slight tailwind. We've got steep terrain beneath us until we get kind of towards the Ljubljana 411. So yeah, just be aware of this as well. Coming down. We'll make sure we do this in managed descent, that way we know we're going to be safe. And not do anything daft like open descent our way into some terrain. Yeah, and then we've just got, if I just bring this one up, yeah, you can see a little bit of terrain around here as well as we're going in. So we might see that as we make our way on the base and the final little bit of terrain. Just say we'll pop out nice and safe with the terrain, of course, but we'll pop out of the clouds probably just as we're coming down here on the base and turning on to final MSA's 5,300 feet. So just need to be aware of that. But we're adhering to the constraints, 4,000 feet of pasture, we should be absolutely fine. Staying en route is the main thing, then we know we're safe. Probably not much traffic there. Not too familiar. I've only ever been here once before, so I'm not too familiar with the runway and at the airport layout. We're going to have a look at that in a little minute. I don't think we've got an ATC either, so it's just going to be fair game, isn't it? So we're planning runway 30. It's an ILS approach, normal 3-degree glide slope. I've already been through how I'm going to configure, which you can see just very quick over here. Green dots as we head towards Zimto, flaps 1 as we get to VTA, get us nice and slow, and slowing down 180 knots, 4,000 feet, flaps 2 for the localizer, and then glide slope. Once we've got the glide slope, we'll descend with that, and then we should be okay. Platform altitude is 4,000 feet. Speeds, minimum speeds on approach, we've just seen those, now we're going to configure to them. Auto brake low, I think we'll go with, to try and get off at Golf. That should work nicely. Once we vacate, we'll vacate at Golf, and that should then lead us straight into the terminal. That'll be the plan. Golf, Papa, straight in, bedtime. Go around altitude, quick brief on that. So, straight out and pretty much then almost as soon as we pass the VOR, we make that left-hand turn, and then we're going back around for a go and holding, climbing up to 6,000 feet. The hold is at the Delta Oscar Lima VOR. Right, I think that is about it. Top of descent is around 120 miles away. Cloud layer's broken, so we've now got something to look at, which is neat. Just going to be a nice nighttime landing as well. Wally, is Lip Radar online? Who do they cover? Are you sure? I've not got them on VATSIM. Might not be close enough.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
12745, that's Milan radar, Wally. Or at least it is in my my notes. Christian, have we ever flown to Malta? Maybe just once. Not sure. You'd have to go through, wouldn't you? You'd have to just type into YouTube Easyjet Simpilot Malta, see if it comes up. Danny, do I have the freeware Ljubljana? Yes, I do. You get major stutters around 20-30 miles around there. Oh dear. Well, don't tell me that, Danny. Sandra is the top of descent arrow only available on Fenix. Is available on the Fenix, of course, and the experimental version of the fly-by-wire. Not sure about the developer version. I don't know if that's been pushed into that just yet. HD, see you in 10. Danny, the bearer of good news, Christopher. Oh, Christian, there you go. Gatwick to Malta. You found it a year ago. Oh, it's probably about time we went there again. Have we ever departed from Malta? There you go. There's another question to ask. Do you know what? I will not be. We've got a nice lengthy flight tonight. I will not be flying tomorrow night for the pure reason it's my good lady wife's birthday tomorrow night. So I thought I'd treat her and spend some time with her. She'd probably prefer I was in here. But yes, birthday tomorrow night for for my better half, so thought we'd give you a lengthy stream tonight. Hitman on Twitch. What do I use to check the frequencies if they're online? So yeah, I just use vPilot. Just see them all here, and then you can check those out. Might grab a takeaway tomorrow night. That way she doesn't have to wash up. Only joking. We've got a dishwasher. Michael, have I flown to Shannon? No, I haven't. No. Christian, if I asked you if you wanted to come and fly with me, I'd probably get the right hook or something. Christian, I think we've done Tunisia as well. Oh, him, and see which one I need to be on to see if I'm in range. Okay, I actually don't. I either wait for the contact me, or you can use your operational flight plan and it tells you which area you're flying into, so that will help. You just need to look at your operational flight plan, see which flight information service you're going on to. And yeah, and a lot of it also, a little bit of experience. You know where, who's going to be handling your flight. Oh, Christian, was a flight from Malta to Enfida. Ah, Christian! That might have been the one where we nearly landed on the highway because there was no runway lights in Enfida. You might have to check that out. Yeah, I remember. Could have been that one. We came to London in Feeder and it was night time, and they hadn't paid their electricity bill. Danny, we did go back to Enfida a few weeks ago. Yeah, I think some new scenery had come out. This one did have lights, however. Christian, have you not seen that stream? Oh, it was special. It was very special. There's a parallel highway to the airport. Well, that had lights. The runway, however, didn't. So all the way down, we were looking, thinking, "Ooh, this ILS doesn't look very aligned." Actually, the ILS was perfectly aligned. We were just aligned with the highway. Not something that happens in real life. Well, I jest because in some of the African countries, stuff like that does happen in real life, and there have been stories in the past about cars and military jeeps having to just line the edges of the runway and put their full beam on to try and guide aircraft in. Dark Fury, it was on par with the stream with the Casablanca ATC. I need to go and listen to that again, Dark. I've not heard that for so long. But if anyone wants, yeah, you know, tomorrow night, Dark, can you, any chance of trying to find the link to that? I can't remember where we were flying to or from, but if Dark Fury finds the link to it, tomorrow night, while obviously I'm not here and I'm in the, I'm celebrating the wife's birthday, tomorrow night, watch that stream. When we get to Casablanca with the Casablanca ATC, it was hilarious. Yeah, Christian, why were there so many airport vehicles on that runway? Because we turned it up to 100% in the settings, that's why. I might post it in the, if HD, if you, sorry, Dark Fury, if you can't find it now, we'll find it at some point. We'll have to post it in the Discord server as a happy memory flight. Could have been Canaries to Malaga, Danny. That sounds like a potential. Michael, your nearest airport is Liverpool because of where you live in Manchester. That sounds confusing, but I do know what you mean. Right, so we're coming in, landing at Ljubljana in around half an hour's time. And yeah, obviously it's now night time, so that terrain threat becomes a bit more serious, doesn't it? Let's just get the latest weather from there, and we'll plug that into the perf page. Peter Roos, good evening. Says quite late into stream, but you first watched the start of the touch and goes. Greetings from Belgium. Oh, greetings, Peter. Thanks for coming on board tonight. Christian, you're already 50 minutes over your bedtime. Well, that's the sign of a good stream if we've made you lose track of time. Good night, Christian. Speak to you soon. Okay, there's our top of descent. That's 60 miles away. Looks like the skies have indeed cleared. We'll see what it's like coming in. Oh, actually, no, there's a bit of cloud cover over there. We can just see. I think is it a new moon tonight as well, according to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It does seem to be quite accurate. Jack Scarborough, good afternoon. Good evening, rather. Michael says the approach into Dublin in daytime is beautiful after flying across the Irish Sea. That is true. We obviously don't fly into Dublin because our arch rival is there. But yes, yeah. I've done Aer Lingus before. I think I've done an Aer Lingus flight across the Atlantic going into Dublin, and yeah, it's quite nice. Christopher, your night flights are your absolute favourite. I mean, this is really interesting. So today, obviously, rolled the time back a little bit just so we started the daytime, we got the sunset, and obviously it's now night time for the landing, which is true to life. But when do you prefer the streams to take place? Obviously, most of my streams take place at night time. Well, they take place usually around the 1900 Zulu time, which as the winters roll in, it's going to be dark, but it would mean all of the live streams that we do would be dark. So would you prefer the time to roll back a little bit so we can do some daytime streams, or do you actually prefer live time so it would just be dark for the night? Let me know what you think, guys, in the chat. Live time or a bit of fake sunshine? Jack, I should fly from Liverpool to Faro and back. Maybe if I was a pro YouTuber, Jack, and I got the time to do such things. Yasin, is it possible to see my hardware? You'd need a webcam for that. But if you mean what I've got installed, check out the About page on the YouTube site, and it'll on the YouTube channel, and it'll let you know what we've got. Jason, you like flying night flights, but for the stream, would you prefer something to look at? Be thankful I don't have a webcam. Christopher says, oh, for the viewers, it's got to be daytime or dusk, but you're talking for me personally, you like nighttime. Wally, fake it. Chill Out Flight Channel, I'm very well. Good evening to you. Andrew, you like these streams, but any stream we do is class anyway. Oh, Andrew, thank you. Michael Don Dennis says the daytime flights are the best. I mean, it's just the scenery, isn't it? Well, someone came on earlier and said they thought for the first couple of minutes that it was actually real. You can understand, wow, hello. Is my TCAS buzzing away? Oh no, it's 3,000 feet beneath me. Willie, good evening, mate. All flights should take place between 12 noon and 1 p.m. to match your lunch break. I'll do my best for you, Willie. We definitely need to have a catch-up, Willie. I am aware that it's been such a long time. J-Hog, it doesn't matter what time of day it is to you. You can't find the airport, whether it's day or night. LA Kids 143, hey, mate. Enjoy both. Your night vision is just as poor in the simulator as it is in real life. Mine too. HD, am I trying to make it daylight in there? No. I mean, now you've come back, I should probably just sort this out, because we know you're a bit of a vampire. That's probably still too bright for you, isn't it? To go into HD mode, we need to might as well just cut all power there. That's how HD likes it. Danny, you think it's still just too dark at night in Microsoft Flight Sim? Do you mean, Danny, with the airports? Because I will 100% agree with you there. The airports are shockingly dark. The handcrafted ones aren't too bad. Even turned the screens off in the panels. Yeah, we don't need to see where we're flying. We'll just look out the window. We can probably turn those down though. we don't read the ECAM pages anyway. Try it and see how scary it is. How long is the top of the descent? Alright, so if we actually turn them off, we'll probably do this. If I break something now in the sim HD, I'm blaming you. Oh, that's the integrated lighting. Hang on. Well, there's a picture I don't want. Yep, that's dark. Right, I now can't see to turn the damn things back on. I can't feel for them in real life, you know. Put them back on. So, now we know how HD handles the cruise at night. At least in the real aircraft, you've got tactile feel to be able to feel those things. Right, have I missed my top of descent now? No. Good. Right. I don't like my screens the wrong way around. Forget that. Oh, First Officer George, hang on. Sorry, mate. You can't turn your own screens back on, can you? Just standalone descent for 120. Daz 85 UK, thank you for the sub.
The cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles. That would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
HD, funnily enough, I was going to ask if you could do that. Just to see some sort of visual reference. Right, we're on the way down. Yo, the Swiss Air into Halifax, Willie. Oh, you're right. Definitely too scary to think about. Can't even imagine what was going through those guys' minds at that point. So we've said we're going down flight 120 to begin with. That gets us safely to 413, but then obviously we're going to continue down 4,000 feet, and that's our plan. Or unless you've got milk and cookies ready for landing. Oh, I want that now. Is there a way to turn the brightness down on the EFB? If there is, I can't remember where it is. Is it in settings, Danny? Oh, the actual settings cog. Right, okay, there it is, yes. Brightness. Doesn't seem to do that much, actually. Oh, that's better. That's much better. There we go. And I'm just going to throw that one out the window. No, I'm not, because I can't see the click spots to get rid of it, and I can't be bothered. One thing I will do, because we're coming in at night, just for a bit of visual awareness. So, from Ljubljana, let me just put in a 25-mile ring around there. Enter the destination data. We've not done that. I thought we'd done that. Oh, we've not got the latest one, had we? I don't think it's changing. Let's just double check. Tower Kilo 6, yeah, it's not changed. So winds 120 at 5. Tailwind. Temperature is 21. 108. Fun stuff. Oh, HD, nice. How do you see what food you're eating when it's that dark in the cabin? I keep dropping my keep dropping my food and I'd definitely spill my drink. Yeah, you might know where your mouth is, but do you know where your food is? Okay, get the terrain radar on as we start to head down as well. Just see what the brightness of that is set to. Yeah, I thought so. Let's just curtail that a little bit. Clearly we don't like lights. There we go. Martin T, good evening, mate. High quality stream. Oh, thank you, Martin. Appreciate the compliments. It is weird, actually, isn't it? Now, I think the last time we did this, did a flight into Ljubljana, it was daytime, so it was a gorgeous stream. I think the sun was just starting to set, so it was kind of dusk time. This time, of course, it's dark, it's pitch black outside. Can't see very much because of the terrain as well. I'm guessing there's not going to be very many lights, so you're literally relying on everything. Your full instrument flying, nighttime flying as well. Literally relying on what you've got, knowing that beneath you we've got terrain which comes up. So where are we? We're currently headed to 521, which if let's go back to Navigraph. Yeah, so 521, we've got terrain here about 9,000. There's the highest point, 9,220 feet, just to be on the left hand side as we're going down. So I'm just going to pull the speed just because we don't need to stay at the bottom of the speed gate, so we got a lot of speed, that's fine. At 9,000 feet is a fair hill, quite right. How high is Ben Nevis, just out of interest? Anyone know the answer to that? Serious question, I don't. I'm just for comparison's sake. Jason, not without Googling. Oh, I'm not banning Google, Jason. I don't expect anyone to know that off the top of their heads, unless they happen to be fans of climbing such things. Oh, Christopher, 4,430 feet. Oh, so it's twice the size of Ben Nevis. Yeah, it's not a hill then, that is it? Keep you in open mic on Unicom then.
final descent into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons, we ask now that you please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we have landed. Please note that the aircraft toilets are now out of use. If you wish to become a Easyjet Sim Pilot channel member, please contact a member of your cabin crew who will be happy to assist you. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed your flight.
Right, I don't see any traffic beneath. There's nothing stopping us getting all the way in. So let's wind that down at 4,000 feet. Down to the platform altitude. 4,000 blue. At 15,000 feet, let's go ahead and get the seatbelt signs on, start securing that cabin. Right, so the approach checklist, our approach briefing is complete. Seatbelt signs are on minimums 1391. Set, engine mode selector is normal, and IFB is stowed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt provided. The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned off. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Sea cockle, do I always fly Easyjet? Usually, just because they're the standard operation procedures that we follow. Occasionally we break away for some special flights. But yeah, just generally keeping it as realistic as possible. Right, there's our airport for those of you just joining. Just spot it. There's our landing airport. As we can see, there doesn't seem to be any cloud cover covering it, so that's nice. So I'll make a call in Newcom when we're at beam. Dan, so that's Ljubljana city straight ahead of us. Hopefully, Dan, it looks like a good representation. This is sometimes when night flying does look amazing, doesn't it? Okay, so we're going to wind the speed down to 50 knots, 10,000 feet, we'll get the landing lights on. And activate that approach phase. LSLJB is identified. And as I said, we want to start slowing down. Once we've passed 411 in a second. Will you be ordered back to the office for the next couple of months? Easyjet will be your chauffeur for a while. Excellent. Maybe we can take you on a virtual flight. can see as well, obviously we've got level off showing 4,000 feet. That's exactly what we want. Start to get below the glide slope though. We're going to VS and do his best to get a CDA. I didn't plan on one from the last time I flew here. In fact, the last time we flew here wouldn't have been in the Fenix, but it was in the fly-by-wire, so we had to do a little bit of manual calculations, so that might be why. Edinburgh, Birmingham, Willie, that sounds like a nice flight. We've not been to Birmingham for a while, have we? And Macro Simulation's done a grand job with that, so that sounds like a good idea to me.
Cabin crew, about 15 minutes to landing, if you can prepare the cabin, thank you.
Okay, so I've got managed speed now, starting to slow down. So I can probably just start to make out some of the terrain as well that we're going to be, well, avoiding. In fact, as it's night time, we can show you on here as well, remember. So, there we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
So aircraft just leveled itself off ever slightly and meet the minimum speeds there. So we're going to go flaps 1, speeds checked, flaps 1. Ljubljana traffic easy, 53 kilo, X-ray 13 miles to the south of the field, on base turn now from runway 30. Doesn't look like we could have planned this much better, to be fair, does it? Airport over there. Lock star. Alkali blue, Catherine Jewel, autopilot 1 and 2. With the tailwind, I'll get the flaps 2 out now, nice and early, glide slow star, there we go, flaps 2, speeds checked, flaps 2, boost approach altitude, 6,000 set. Ljubljana traffic easy, 53 kilo, X-ray established, ILS runway 30, 12 miles. Christopher says the full procedure is really nice, it's even better in the daytime. Some gorgeous scenery.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
Mile final. So quickly, just to refresh, we're going to be vacating to the right on Golf and terminal straight ahead of us. Should anything go wrong, we come destabilise, we need to go around, straight ahead, left turn at Ljubljana VOR. There's the go around track showing anyway. We'll be make a left turn, speed 185, max, so that'll be flaps 1, and then fly the go around track. And Jeff, thanks for subscribing. Nick Southern as well. Appreciate that. Six miles, managed speed, gear down. Spoilers. Flaps 3, speed's checked. Flaps 3. Full. Nighttime landing sometimes always a little bit more difficult to judge, so let's see how we get on. Landing checklist. Cabin is secured, auto thrust speed, go around altitude 6000 set, eco memo landing, no blue, 1000 feet stable gate.
1000.
Where are those high intensity approach lights that we spoke about indeed? What about off 5 control? That still looks good.
$500.
500. Stable.
$100 above.
ILS and PAP is disagreeing. Stay visual.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Spoilers deployed. Reverse green. Decel. Where's my bloody lights? Why are my landing lights not showing? It's 70 knots decel. I think I may have just missed the turn off. There was no lights to it. Never mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
Yeah, I forgot to turn the runway turn-off lights on, but I would have expected the landing lights to have given us a little bit of light, and the taxiway lighting's on lit up, so completely completely missed the taxiway that we're going for. Never mind, we'll take the scenic route. That's the one. Are those landing lights even on? Good question. Do you know what I can do? Let me just check. If I turn those off and then put the landing lights on. Where are my landing lights? The brightest thing's going. There's nothing there. Ah, well, never mind. Now, I don't think my GSX is going to work. It didn't work at Gatwick, so it's probably not going to work here. No, never mind. Something for the tech log. Landing lights not working. Right, let's get ourselves a parking spot in front of the Terminal 1 Alpha. We should have a left turn left on November in a second. This'll do. This looks like it. It's a shame that GSX decided not to play ball tonight. I think that's the thing that rattles me about GSX. When it works, it can be amazing, but when it doesn't, well, it's just a letdown, isn't it? Right, this is bright enough that I don't need the taxi lights on now. And welcome to Ljubljana Airport. And we're done. Parking brake set. Let's cut those engines. Is bleed on? It is now. Engines 1 and 2 shut down. When did you come out? Seatbelt signs can come off. And N1 below 10. Get the beacon light off. Ground crew can now approach the aircraft and deboard. Low battery. Doesn't matter. We're done for the night. Right, I'm going to turn all the lights on. Fuel pumps can come off as well, of course. And we can turn that off. Squawk 2000. And we're ready for the return flight. But not tonight. Awesome. Right guys, thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed the stream this evening. As I say, there's going to be no stream tomorrow night as I'm celebrating with my wife for her birthday. Grab a takeaway, something like that. But yeah, if you want something to watch tomorrow night, I have to see if we can find the links for them, post them in the Discord server. The flight into Enfida from about 18 months ago, where we nearly landed on the highway, or the flight which had the Moroccan ATC. Fantastic. Fantastic entertainment indeed. Nick, right at the end there, thank you Nick for your $5 super chat. Really do appreciate that, Nick. Hope you've had a good flight with us this evening as well. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Of course I will be around on Discord as per usual. Thanks very much guys. I look forward to seeing you on the next flight. Have a great day. Bye bye.